It's a beautiful sunny Monday. Just got to the studio. Just before I go in, I'm taking Odin for a quick walk. And yeah, I will see you shortly inside. Welcome back to another week. We are kicking it off with, as I mentioned previously, a couple of pack shots. I'm going to start off today with filling in this bad boy again. I'm hoping, I've got the willpower to stick to it. But apart from that, what else happened? Well, yesterday, as you know, we went to IKEA, picked up a few things. This included Odin's new food bowl, because up until now, he has been eating out of a normal, human soup bowl in the studio. We never bought one here, so we think it was way overdue, so we got him that. I also picked up, Rachel picked up 3 of these. I stole one of them, just like a little plastic cup. That is going to go onto my little, let me show you. A few months ago we bought this from IKEA just to store all of the grips and some cine foil apparently. The top shelf was always filled with card. I'm still hoping to come up with a better system than this, because right now I need to flick through them quite often to find what I'm looking for. I bought this little cup, and I'm hoping, because as you can tell, all I'm doing right now is all the little clips go all around the edge. So I'm hoping this can just live like this, and all the little clips could just go inside of that. I'm kind of torn between either continuing editing last week's Man Cave project, which Rachel already had started, or do I set up for the personal shoot, which I'm really looking forward to, but I don't know if that is the right thing to do. In fact, if I'm questioning it, I know it's not the right thing to do. So I will export a few files for Rachel, send them across to her so she can crack on with that, and then I will jump onto the rest of the remaining files. Actually, hold on, let's go and have a look when I placed the order. I placed the order on the 2nd of December, and basically Manfrotto have released these new flags. Let me pull it up on the website so you can see what they look like. Manfrotto. And I wanted them for quite a while from a different brand. I don't even know what brand it was, but I never really committed to buying them. But the ones with Manfrotto, the video that they released really kind of pulled me in, and I could totally see, us using it. But like I said, I placed on the 2nd of December. Today is the 27th of Jan, and I still haven't got them. They basically emailed us a few times saying like, hey, they're on like a back order. We'll post them once we have them. I was told by Manfrotto it would be end of the January, so I'm hoping I'm gonna hear something soon. So I'm about to actually drop Wex a message on their chat system thing, asking them like, hey, how are we looking? Like, is it coming? Is it not? Do you know when? Because I'm a nerd. I love toys. This is a new toy, even though I'm going to use it for work. It's still a toy to me. But let's have a look. See what they say. Let me show you what they look like. So it's this set, but bigger. They make it in 2 sizes. There is 18 by 24 or 24 by 36, I believe. And that's the one we bought, the bigger one. And the beauty of it is, what really sold it to me was that it all comes in this little box. And then you can take them all apart, and it all just nicely, neatly folds into there. They've got a little, what are they called? Little pinhole thingies, so you can just mount them onto your C-stands or light stands, whatever you want. This is what you get inside. So you get 2 rapid flags, grip head mounting, pins, compact carry case, and there is 4 different fabrics including scrim, double scrim, artificial silk, and solid black. So flags is actually something I would like to have a lot more of. Usually we use cardboard, or typically cardboard, really, like black card, to create any sort of flags. But I've always wanted to have some fabric ones. I think fabric eats light a lot more. So even to use it as like a backdrop for something, I think it'd be a lot more beneficial. But we'll see. Wex just emailed me back saying the sales team probably won't be in anymore, so they'll email me back tomorrow. Alternatively, what I would do is, if I'm not going to buy these flags, I'm really wanting to get a Profoto Octobox, preferably the 5-foot one, but I probably could do with just the 4-foot one. And also, can I just point out how expensive are Profoto grids? They're ridiculous price. Like the Octobox itself. Let's have a look. Let's go on to Wex just for the sake of it. Here we go. This is Profoto Octa 150, the 5-foot one, and it costs £415. Yeah. You wait for the price of the grid for this thing. £415 for the softbox. £545 for a grid. What? That doesn't make any sense. This is an additional accessory to this, and it's more expensive than the softbox itself. Why? Alrighty, 5 p.m. Well, 5:02. I'm gonna start packing up now. I'm gonna head home. I've shot the clashes that I wanted to shoot. This is how it's looking so far. If I'm allowed to show it, we'll see. If not, it'll be just blurred out. Odin is also ready to go home to Mummy and Kitty and get some food. I'll then go for a walk. He's listening so hard. Bless him. Toady is ready to go home for a walkie, but we need to make a pit stop because we need to pick up a card and some roses for our Valentine, don't we? Yes, we do. Whoa! I actually don't know how cold it is outside, but I'm preempting it. So I've got a massive jacket on. All the triggers are off, which is what I'm great at forgetting, leaving the triggers on, and then I'm moaning that they're all dead. Self-inflicted problems, always. Problems, always. All right, where are you? Yeah, let's go and get some flowers. It's Tuesday, and in an hour and a half, we have a call with a client from Dubai. Ooh. How fucking cool is that? Let's go. There is also an empty space in the corner of my office because Rachel decided yesterday while I was away that she's going to move this unit from there to here, and she's going to move in. So that's fun. Let me get my hair ready because I know it looks like a mess right now. And gosh, is it an ugly day today. Ugh. Look at that hair. Yes, I have receding lines, but so what?
Oh, hello everyone. It is Tuesday 28th of January, 2 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. And I'm currently Googling what happens when you go over the VAT threshold UK. How do you register for VAT UK? Because this year is going better than we thought, which, touch wood, is the way we want it to go. But also is not what we expected, because this time last year, we were on holiday, but ignoring that, like the first bit of January we were here, and then when we came back for the first week of February, it was so quiet. We were literally sat at home going, we need more hobbies because we don't know what to do with ourselves. So now we're on the opposite end of the problem, which is a great place to be. We don't actually have enough days in the month of February to pull off what everyone wants us to pull off. For example, this morning we had a call with a really cool brand in Dubai. They're actually originally based, they're originally based in Mumbai. Now they're based in Dubai and other places. And they basically are a luxury perfume company that are looking to work with somebody else outside of their local area because they haven't found the kind of creative people they're after. And I think it'll suit Darek really well for the kind of projects that they want and the creative direction they want, because they don't want to have to handhold, which is the key thing. So that could be really cool. But the initial brief, we were on this call with this woman, turns out she came to Derby Uni. We overlapped for about a year, which is really weird because she was based in Kuwait, then she was based in Derby, and then she was based back in Dubai, and now she obviously lives and works out there. And it was just really funny hearing her talk about like all these different places in Derby. And she said when she first saw where we were based, she went on Google Maps and looked at it all, and she was like, oh my God, I used to live there. So that's such a small world, really weird. But when we saw the brief on the call, and it's like 5 briefs, and we were expecting it to be one shoot, one brief. It's not. It was like 5. Video assets, still assets, launch campaigns, all sorts of things, which is great. But we don't have enough days left in February for that. So yeah, and then we've also got a lot going on with existing clients. It's just going really well. I'm not going to say too well because I don't want to jinx ourselves, but it's going really well, which means now we're having to scramble to fit everybody in, which is fine because that's what weekends are for. It is what it is. So now it's really funny. Last week would have been the 3rd week of January. I was looking forward into February and we'd got one thing booked in, and I was like, okay, we might be a little bit quiet, but it was a big project. It was one of our existing clients. It was a big project, so we were like, okay, that will tide us over, that'll be fine. And then fast forward to, it's now Tuesday, so over yesterday and today, we filled the month. How? So now, the next time that I'm booking is the 3rd of March, which is insane. Because as I'm looking through the appointments and the things that we've got going on, and we've got another really cool brand coming in on Monday next week as well, with their marketing team, and the CEO are going to come to meet us. And they're a nice big chain in the Midlands, and a little bit further afield down south now, but in the Midlands. It's coffee chain. So that'll be really cool. And we've got all sorts of things like lined up. But as I'm like going through the calendar, and I can see 20-week scan in 3 weeks, and then I can see 25-week midwife appointment at the start of April, and I'm like, this year's going to go fast for me more than most people this time. So yeah, this is going to be a fun journey.
She's pregnant.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun journey to go on, and see how far I can get to July. It's going to be interesting to document as well, because this is a very different kind of year for us. This is a very like expansive year. Like if we have all this stuff going on and we have all these really cool clients that we're working with, existing, new, worldwide projects, excellent. That's exactly what we want. But then we're also, growing a child, having to register for VAT, like all these things we've never done before. And it's like, and we also were looking to potentially move studios as well, which we would have to hand our notice in at the start of March to be able to move out at the start of May. Don't know how feasible that is anymore. But if we don't, we'll be here another year, which is fine because we love the space. It works for what it works for. It's just if we get another landlord in that time, because they sold it all before, that's a whole long story, but they sold it all before. If they sell it again, we'll have a new landlord again. Drama. So, yeah. But Easter, for example, is not looking that far away now. So it's a great problem to have. Most of the time, this is where you'll always find Odin. Asleep here, tucked up in what we call a husky pretzel, with an open bag of treats behind him. That's just what he does in this little alcove bit of the studio. And then I'm over this bit. So my desk is here and Odin's literally here right next to me. And then most of the time you'll find Darek making a mess in here.
It's not going too bad this year, although it is still early, so.
It's very early. You've done one shoot. And it's clean so far, except for the packing peanuts from this parcel that we got today, which actually is quite cool. So it's like, it's this acrylic tray, and basically we had another one. Darek uses it for like water shots and things that he needs to create, like a pool or a sea or whatever. But I wasn't here supervising. That's key to know. He was left to his own devices on a shoot for a perfume brand, and he wanted to make a waterfall. So what does the water in a waterfall do? It falls, right? So he decided he would get this key piece of equipment that we have, and he would snap half of it off to create that waterfall.
And it worked.
Unsupervised. That wouldn't have happened if I was here, because I would have said, no, we've got 4 other shoots you could use that for, and you're going to smash it for one shoot. Darius, ladies and gentlemen, it's not the point. Anyway, so I had to, one of my first tasks when we first came back, first day back in, was to spend money on backdrops, which are there,
Gels.
2 new backdrops, colour gels for the lights, and an acrylic tray. Everything else came a lot sooner. The acrylic tray arrived today, which is perfect time for next week, because we have another perfume shoot that's a spring content shoot, and a lot of that's got water in it. And then we've also got a body wash shoot that I predict will be a lot of based on water, which we also might need to use. You can see it just there. There's a fish tank that Darek got off Facebook Marketplace last year, and we might need to use that if there's deeper water shots. So we have.
We're also bidding on a Pro Photo head.
We're also bidding on a new Pro Photo head. It's the faster one, right?
The strong one.
Stronger one. What? I don't know what I'm talking about. But Darek has this mentality that, like, for some reason, like, he likes equipment. Obviously, we need equipment to pull off what we do, but he's not willing to spend money on equipment. Weirdly.
No, I am.
No, you're not. I literally am the person that will be like, oh, well, if you need another light head, or you could swap out one of your existing light heads, get a newer one, get a more powerful one, whatever. And I'm like, if you're bidding on it on eBay, just buy one, because we're always going to use it. It's not like we can pull off our projects without them. So he always takes convincing.
Things are getting more complicated as well. Like,
yeah,
doing more
and you need
sets
multiple lights that you don't have.
Eventually, maybe, I don't know, because obviously with the baby and everything, but maybe towards the end of this year, we might be upgraded to D2s.
Yeah.
D3s just came out, so the D2s slightly.
And if we have to register for VAT, we can claim the VAT back. Perfect.
That's true, yeah.
So yeah, so I think this year's going to be very, like, transformative. It's going to be, equipment is going to potentially change, dynamics going to change because we'll be bringing a baby here. We'll have a new assistant because the baby will be put to work immediately. We're sticking with the pets we've got.
Yep.
Maybe we're changing studio, not sure.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Don't know. So this is a good year to vlog because we don't know what's going to happen month to month. We might get to the end of this year and be filming ourselves and be like, well.
Did you put your files on the hard drive or not?
Yes, I did.
Where are they?
In the man cave.
Oh, I didn't even plug it in.
See, he says things to me like it's me, and it's always him. So, yeah. So this is a good year to be kind of starting this vlog because there's a lot happening potentially.
Yeah, I genuinely think 2025 is going to be different.
I think so. It already feels different.
Not even from the point of view just being busy, but I think just
no, business feels
growing
different
as
in
a
general.
business in regard to, like, we've been doing it for 2 years.
Yep.
I feel like we're on our feet. We've built up that, like, bank of cash that we were working towards to have it as a business.
We've built up a portfolio.
Yeah, the portfolio
and a reputation. Like, people know us now. People know our name. People know who we are.
This year is definitely more about networking.
100%.
I think bringing other creatives like stylists and retouchers and
because we've not really
photographers.
Yeah, we've not really had the budget to do that before. Like, when people come to us, they're asking our budget. We are charging what we're charging. We don't factor in other aspects of projects because the projects we've been working on to this point haven't been big enough. Do you think?
Yeah.
Like, the budgets haven't included a stylist or an external retouch or anything like that. They only cover our fees and our cash.
Yeah.
So
I think also, like, you know, as a new business, there is this thing at the back of your head where you worried to charge too much because you so want the work.
You don't want to put them off. Yeah, you'd rather do the project for a little bit less than put them off and not get to do the project at all and add it to your portfolio and the client list. Yeah.
That's why last year, I think it was so vital that I was trying to explain to Rachel like how vital it is that as a business we build that fund behind the business so that we're not afraid of asking for a bigger price tag if someone says no.
So we've got working capital,
And touch wood, so far there was no issues. Like even though we increased our prices after year 1, no one flinched.
And year 2. Year 2 we increased
them again.
Yeah.
Year 2 was a lot more closer to where I wanted to be.
Yeah. I think for what we do right now, we charge appropriately for what we do.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think if we were starting to bring other people in and we were starting to bring have more of a team behind it, then that'll reflect.
Well, obviously, if the project gets bigger, I need those people to come in.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying.
So much, therefore the price needs to go up.
Exactly.
But ideally, I'll be charging per project, not a creative day rate.
We do do it a bit.
Yeah.
It does vary.
You do bend it a little. I mean, creative process is like an imaginary thing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the thing. So when we first started this, obviously I had no not interest, that's the wrong word. I had no idea about any of this because he'd always done this on the side like in small projects, but we'd never done this as like a business concept or a business model. We'd never priced anything like this before. And I was just used to working in my little job and I'd do the marketing, I'd do what I'm meant to do and I'd work with the budgets and then he would be, do you know what I mean? You'd be paid a salary the same.
Yeah, I was gonna say
and then when you start pricing these things up, you're like, we're literally just making it up. This is made up figures, made up money. This is it's all fakery.
It is, yeah.
But the whole industry is that. It's all just literally fees
Obviously,
and stuff.
it differs on your location. Like someone in London or LA is going to charge more than someone in the Midlands.
But only if, this is the difference though now I've noticed, only if you pay for an overhead of a building or whatever. If you don't and you're mobile, you shouldn't be charging any more than anybody else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're paying for the person. Anywho, we could talk about that all day. But yeah. So yeah, hopefully we manage to keep up with the filming, with how busy we're going to be.
Yep. It's what? 3:15.
3:15.
I've just put. This week was so far it's an easy week, similar to last week.
This is kind of the calm before the storm, though.
Yeah.
From next week, we've got something every day that we've got to stick to.
Yeah.
This week is kind of tying off things, finishing up things that we already had going on.
I know what we should have in the middle of a weekly episode, or towards the end of the week, or maybe middle, with a completely different format in the middle where the camera's set there. We have a desk in the middle with lights on us.
That's never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen.
We haven't got time. It would be great, but we don't have time. When would we do that? You're telling me in the middle of a shoot you're gonna take the whole thing down to put a table?
No, we need more space. We need a bigger studio.
We need a unit. That's what we need.
I think I mentioned it yesterday that I reached out to this restaurant place that was up for sale, and I thought it's a 20 grand for sale, and I was like, oh, this would be great. The only problem with it was in a
old chapel.
Old chapel, yeah. So you could still see, the old desks where people would pray and not the old stuff, but and I already imagine ripping all that out, having a massive infinity wall being put in. They emailed me back today. They actually called me, sorry, and she explained to me what it was. And you pay 20 grand to lease it, along with all the equipment. And the equipment,
because they want it to be a restaurant.
If you wanted to buy it, it's $500,000. So.
And what do we not have, Derek? $500,000. So for now, we stick to this space. For now. Exactly. Stay tuned for us to go view $1 million unit. And with that, we're going home for the day. Say hi, Odie Toady. This is not his preferred car. His preferred car is Derek's big Kia, but mine's better for running around because it's much more fuel efficient, right?
And it's not a lease, so we don't have to worry about miles.
Yeah, also that. We own this one. So this one we can just do whatever.
I'm handing my bike in this year. And I joined a Kia group on Facebook because I really fucked up my door on the inside and I need to find out if I can just buff this out or do I need to buy a plastic panel to go in there.
In my mind, some sandpaper and some black nail varnish will do fine.
I think black tea coat will do fine. And sandpaper, yeah, just even out.
Yeah,
it's a big gash.
It's only plastic. Wednesday today. It is also 3:15. Steady day.
I've started editing, well, taking the files of Rachel that she's already edited for Man Cave. I'm just finishing them up. I was hoping to start doing the lighters for True You. I don't know if I'm gonna have time, to be honest, but we'll see, because there's still quite a few files to go for Man Cave, and I'm still waiting for some of them from Rachel. I had also a conversation with Ain't True Brands this morning, talking about the next shoot, which will be taking place next Thursday, Friday, I think it is. I can't remember anymore. It's all blurring into one already. So they're going to be sending us products, and we had a brief discussion about the mood board and what direction they're thinking of going in. It's basically for a new product launch. In Feb, we're also going to pay off my MacBook, which we took out on finance, as well as 6 months ago we purchased Rachel's Mac Studio, which is also about to get paid off in Feb, which is great. I'm tempted to maybe start looking at some new monitors for the studio. Only because today, for example, I came to the studio to edit on Rachel's screen, and just it looks very off to me. I'm not too keen on it. I think it needs to be calibrated. They're good monitors, don't get me wrong, but I think it might be worth upgrading at least 2 of the screens, which are Apple Cinema displays, to the Apple Studio displays. Now, I'm not talking about the £5,000 ones. I'm talking about the, I think it's 1,500. Let's go onto Apple's website really quick. Explore Mac displays. Let's have a look. So they've got 2 displays. They've got Studio Display and the Pro Display XDR. I'm interested in the smaller one. It says from $14.99. Let's have a look at that. Buy. I think they do 2. Oh no, it's just one size. What size is it? Okay, cool. It's 27 inch, which is great, because it's like for like the ones we have currently, they're all 27 inches, and they're kind of old. So you have a choice of standard glass or the nano texture glass. So ideally it would be actually the second one, but let's just go with the cheapest that we can. Let's do some math just really quick. We always like to have a bit of finance going on in the back, although at the same time, you know, it's not necessary for us to upgrade. It's just something I would want. So 1,500 quid. Let's say we again take it for 6 months, divided by 6, that is £250 a month, which is not bad for 6 months. Or maybe we just buy one outright second hand. Let's have a look. Let's go on eBay really quick. Right, someone is selling one, the standard glass, blah blah blah, for 1,400 quid, which is just fucking ridiculous. What is up with these prices? Someone is trying to shift one of ours for 800 quid, which is ridiculous. Okay, there's one for £1,200. There's another one for 11 with standard glass. Just a quick update, 5:30. I'm gonna head home for now. I've uploaded a lot of the Man Cave images. In the meantime, as I was closing down my MacBook, the client from Man Cave messaged me saying like they're absolutely in love with the images. They just refreshed the retainer tab and they were like, oh, I'll refresh just in case, and I've started uploading things. So he was like mind blown, which is nice. Always love a good reaction. What creative doesn't? I'm heading home now. And the only thing we're going to do tonight is we're going to move Rachel's desk into my office, because this weekend I want to tackle the baby room quite a lot. So I've got a bunch of painting to do, and it would just make my life so much easier if I could just move stuff out of her room, which is currently, the spare bedroom is her office right now. So yeah, that's the plan. Her desk is so freaking heavy that I'm really not looking forward to moving it, and also the width of it is just too big, so I need to like put it on its side and feed the legs into the room first, which just fucking sucks. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be a sick shoot. I cannot wait to bring you on, because it's going to be, you know, a lot more. I'll have a lot more time, if that makes sense, to sort of go through what I'm doing and how we're doing it. And tomorrow's vibe is going to be completely different. So yeah, stay tuned for that. In the meantime, let's head home. I'm back at home now. And I'm making a bit of butternut squash soup. I just chopped butternut squash with some pepper and salt and some olive oil in the oven for half an hour. That's coming into an end in about 3 minutes time. Some onions and garlic already cooked up in the pan as well. That's going to go in there. Last thing I'm going to do is just get my coconut milk, and I want to try it a bit because it's a little bit different this time. Last time I just bought coconut milk. This time it's sweet potato coconut curry. So I think it should work. Give it a good. He used to be a cocktail bartender, by the way. Used to do this for like 10 hours straight. That's all done. Let me get it out. Okay. I'm just gonna chuck that straight in there actually. Some fried garlic and onion in there too. Bit of olive oil to go with it. Add that in. A bit of pepper. I think honey just gives it like a nice hint of sweetness. Just a bit of garlic powder. I'll put some fresh garlic, but just a hint of powder as well. So we're just going to add a bit of that in there. Made a mess straight away. Ta-da! God, it's cold, isn't it? Yeah. It is Thursday and we shoot a personal project today, so let's get right into it. Let's go. Today is a really cool day. We've got a really cool project. Hopefully we're going to do 3 images. Hopefully we're going to get through all of them. We do have someone coming by in about 2 hours time, stopping for a coffee, so it's going to eat away some time. Hopefully not too long, maybe an hour. We've got some awesome products to shoot today. Something that I've been wanting to shoot for quite a while. Expensive stuff. So, let me show you our contenders. I'm excited. Okay, so this is the initial mood board that we had. So these are my little sketches, this and that. Green backdrop, bunch of like, what they're called, tennis rackets in the foreground, background, blah, blah, blah. The Burberry bag, and maybe some tennis balls as well. We purchased all of these bad boys on eBay a while ago. And then for the second shot, it's a little bit more elaborate. There's a parachute acting as a backdrop. We've got this old painted ladder with some of the props scattered around. We've managed to pick up this little wooden toy train thing. One of these little soldiers, that's the parachute that we bought. It's massive. We also have this little robot from the 1970s, I want to say. That's the ladder that we have. And then I also managed to pick up some wooden blocks like this. I was originally looking for like A, B, C, D, E, F, G kind of blocks, but I couldn't find any vintage ones. And the ones I found, she wanted like 16 quid for one. And I was just like, nah, I'm not getting ripped off. So we actually found some new ones. Hello, buddy. So we actually found some new ones in Asda. I mean, they're not big. That's the only disadvantage. Like that's in the middle of my palm. And I was thinking we could maybe spell like a GG, like, you know, for Gucci. In here, I've managed to pick up some like, again, old wooden blocks from, what's it called? A charity shop actually. That's the little wooden train. It's awesome. I will keep it for my future kid. This little wooden man, again, gorgeous, perfect condition as well. I found this amazing Etsy shop. She sells a bunch of cool stuff. And then I have this like random rocket and some vintage frames. I don't know whether we're going to use the vintage frames. This is for the Burberry shop. So these are the rackets. Some of them come in these awesome like straightening sort of, look at that, even someone's name. They come in these like straightening brackets so they don't bend over time, which is awesome. But I just love the colors and textures of them. I don't know if the camera picks up really well, but they're beautiful. And this is gonna go with a green backdrop. I'm presuming this one here, but I might change it in post. Although now that I'm standing here, I like the yellow as well. So we'll see which one leans itself more. But this is our heroes. So we have Burberry bag, which is for shot number 1. It comes with this strap. Don't know whether we're gonna use it. A beautiful canvas fabric as well. Then the second shot is the Gucci Diana, if I'm correct. I bought this for Rachel, I think it was for Valentine's or anniversary last year. Again, beautiful white leather, and then it's got this beautiful bamboo wooden handle. And this one is gonna go with the Gucci wallet, which is made out of the same leather. So they're gonna, sit together in one shot, one on top of the ladder and then one on the step. And then for the third shot, I'm actually not sure what we're going to use. So we either have this, what is this? Versace, I should know this. We have this Versace bag that I bought for Rachel a while back. I love the face on that. So even if I don't get the whole bag, I think the close-up of the face would be absolutely amazing. Or the green Prada, which she was obsessed with for a very long time, and she managed to get it like 2 years ago. The only thing I don't like about it is this strap. It's like a weird fabric strap, and I think it makes it look cheap. The bag itself is very nice, so if anything we could always just unclip this and see how that looks on its own. But I haven't got any ideas for these, to be honest. I might need to sit down and think about it. I've always wanted to shoot like a macro close-up of the logos and stuff, so maybe we could do that after. But as it stands, we're gonna start off with those 2 shots and see how it goes. We're gonna kick off with the Burberry shot. I'm not entirely sure how we're gonna suspend everything, mainly the bag. I did bring this soft string from home because Rachel made it very clear that she doesn't want me to use any wires or anything on the leather because you might scratch it, which I understand. It's her pride and joy, so she loves these bags. So instead I have this soft string that I think is strong enough to hold them up if needed. And when it comes to the rackets, I think we're just going to use super clamps and magic arms to hold them in place. The search continues for the new studio. We do have them up until March, I believe. I don't know whether we're going to move, to be honest. The beauty of this studio is that the rent is, well, relatively cheap when you compare to some of the units that I'm looking. And the electric, gas, everything is included in the price. So that's a massive, massive advantage. With the studios that I'm looking at, they're more of like units, meaning they're freaking big and they're gonna be expensive to heat up. And the unit that I found that I really like, I don't think there's even any heating system in there, which, I mean, it does have an office, a separate office and a small kitchen, and that's another problem I'll get to in a sec. It does have an office and a kitchen, which is separate from the warehouse area itself, but I just don't know how you would heat that up, and especially in the UK right now, it's freaking freezing, and I would hate to be working in a jacket, or even worse, having clients come over and they have to sit in jackets. That's just a no-go. We've looked at a bunch of units in the past, just online. I haven't physically gone and seen anything. And it's difficult to find what you want, because you don't want to find something, like that needs a lot of work. It would be nice if you could go to something that's clean and you can just start working on what you need it to be, rather than spending, I don't know, let's say 10 grand trying to revamp it, repaint it, replaster it, redo the floor or something. Because that just feels like a waste of time, and B, waste of money, and C, you're doing it for someone else, which just sucks. I mean, I understand it's an investment if you're going to be there for like at least, I don't know, 5 years or something, but still. Okay, this is where we are right now. A few problems, but nothing major. But first, I think I'm gonna add another racket, maybe here, or maybe somewhere here, I'm not sure yet. Just because when I square it, I think it could do with something filling the gap, maybe up there. I don't know, we'll see. And I'm just debating whether I want any sort of light on this side. I kind of like the whole one directional light. We've got this big 2x2 diffusion sheet with a softbox behind it, but I'm liking it so far. I like the green. Thank. Honey, go and get it. Get it. What? Get it. Get it. There you go.
Way. Bye. So Derek just came over to me and said, you have to record some videos too. So here we are. I have nothing much to report at the moment. This is a weird point in time for us because January we weren't here for half of it, and then we packed in a bunch of shoots that we knew we'd already got booked for January, retainers and things like that, for the 2 weeks that we had coming back. So today is the 30th of January. So we knew we'd got that work booked in. We were expecting February, March to be quiet, so that we would have a few shoots booked here and there to get us by, but we were kind of expecting it to ramp up in April, kind of May kind of time, based off last year. That has not happened at all. So now we've come back off holiday, and as soon as our feet touched back onto UK soil, it's been go, go, go ever since, which, touch wood, is a great scenario to be in, but it just means that all the admin things I had planned, I now don't have time for, and I'm having to do in my spare time. But this week is kind of like the calm before the storm kind of week, because from next week onwards, which is the start of February, we have, if a project that we've just quoted for goes through today and gets approved, we will have something every single working day of February, which is a little bit scary because we just didn't expect to be that busy this early on. So it's a good problem to have. It's just we're going to have to adjust our expectations of what we plan to do, because all the admin, all the things I plan to do, we now don't have time for. I am procrastinating by looking at possible units in Derby that are available to let over the next few months into the summer, to see if we could possibly move to a new unit. It's not going well so far because everything that's kind of within our budget is like the bottom end of what you would want, and it's like old style units that are not heated and don't have office space, and I would literally be sat in a heated blanket in the corner on a desk, which is not ideal. But yeah, hopefully we get to find somewhere that, because we can hand our notice in March and we can move out in May. I will be 7 months pregnant, so factoring that in, it's a bit of a weird time, but we'll see if we can find anything. If there's something good that comes up that we're like, yes, we have to take it, that works perfectly, and the timing all works out, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and we'll just be here for another year. It is what it is. It's just the timing is just not excellent. But apart from that, I'm doing boring things like finances and expenses and looking at what Derek spent on shoots and what I've spent on food. So yeah. So it's about to get a bit crazy. So this vlog, if we manage to keep it up, is going to get a bit mental, and there's going to be a lot more photo shoot content than we expected early on, which will be fun for you and fun for us to try and keep up with. So, but then you've got Odin. Everyone should be like Odin. Look at him. He does not care. Not a care in the world. So calm, so chill. I envy him sometimes. So the moral of the story is, be more like Odin. You'll be fine. You sliding? Best part of the day, isn't it? My favourite bit of the day. I also just realised something when I was recording before, and then I've just seen it in the mirror in the bathroom. Look at this grey streak of hair I have. Can you see it? Excuse me, that is not what I need.
So this is what we have so far. But the problem we're having is this stand is actually too big. Well, the lens is too tight and the stand is too big. I can't push it into that room. So we're going to swap to this really quick, so I can place the camera in there and still shoot on our 90mm. Because I like the compression from the 90mm. I tried it on 35 and it just looked weird. It didn't vibe with me. So let's give that a go. So I'm just telling him not to move because he's gonna wreck this. We've wrapped up. Rachel is just washing up a few bits and bobs.
Yes. We have hot water now.
Hey, because we have a new boiler. Now I feel like I know where my rent is going. But yeah, we've shot 3 really nice shots for the Burberry stuff. Gucci one, I've just started. I was just tinkering around, still wondering what to place, where to place it. So there's just a bit of working out the details and then how to do multiple shots as well. But it's looking good so far. Definitely one of my favorite images I've taken in a while. Yeah. I'm gonna head home. We didn't move the desk yesterday. I might move it today. If I do, I'll definitely record it because it's gonna be funny. But that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow again, shooting this shot, 2 more shots from this set, and then we're gonna move on to the Sachi one, where I had an idea of like shooting like a macro wide angle close-up of it, of the face, like that sort of vibe. A lot darker, moodier, but we'll see how it looks. Obviously I then need to do 2 more shots, so it might just be details. I mean, there's this like gold ring on one side, that could be kind of cool. And then maybe the strap, I don't know. I haven't really figured it out. For Prada, I haven't got any ideas. 0 ideas for now. Like I said before, I hate the strap on it. I think it looks really cheap compared to the rest. If this was like green leather, that would have been so much nicer, but it's not. It's a nice embossed print. That's quite nice how the light's catching that. Maybe something like that, I don't know, we'll see. I've seen the perfume shots for Prada before. They played on the triangular shape. Obviously I've only got 1 bag, so that doesn't really work. Did they make this bag in different colours, Rach?
They did, I don't know if they do anymore, it's an old model.
Oh, okay. That would have been kind of cool to have like 2 or 3 of them stacked. That would look cool.
There's probably a few on the market, I've seen a black one.
Okay. But yeah.
Do we need bread for tea, no?
No. So we'll see. I haven't got any ideas for Prada at all.
I mean, we can get another bag if we have to.
Yeah, alright. If we have to.
If we have to, I will.
Alright, anyway, we'll see you home. Say bye.
Bye.
Finally Friday. We are at Wholesale Florist today. We've got a shoot starting on Monday and we need some flowers. I also feel like I haven't slept enough, to be honest. But I needed to get here early to see what they have. The only reason why I've come today, we could come in on Monday, to be honest. I didn't need to be here today, but I'm just trying to, anticipate if the flowers we want to buy are not open yet, or they're not ripe enough. I don't know what the technical term for the flowers is. Then it'd be better to buy them today and have them in the studio over the weekend in nice warm environments, sort of trying to open up for us a little bit quicker. That's the main reason why we're here, to be honest. And I'm also just, looking at the brief, seeing what they have, if there's something that they have here that, if there's something that they don't have, that's what I was trying to say, then we might need to be looking somewhere else. And that could be B&Q, I was going to say Homebase, but that's closed, I think, now. And just other garden centres, really, because it might be more of plants rather than just flowers. But we'll see what they have. And if we can, we'll buy some stuff today so we can sit in the studio over the weekend. If not, we'll come back on Monday morning, get it all before the shoot, and we'll go from there. But let me show you the inside. I hope no one's going to say anything about me walking around with the camera. Let's go. That's the place. So all the fresh flowers are kept here. It's always freezing in here. But there's a wide choice. I'm just going to go bit by bit, to be honest, and see what we need. Really, for this shoot, I love these. They're huge as well. Like, that's my hand. That could be kind of cool. And they do different colours too. Massive orchids. There's even white ones here. This one's a bit battered, but you can't really turn it around. But they're gorgeous, and it's $3.75 for it. That's not too bad. Definitely going to need tulips. Oh, there's sunflowers there, so we'll get some sunflowers. And there's these random little flowers that I like too. Look, there's different colours of them. There might be a good filler. They might look good when they're moving, along with this. Right, let me show you the flowers we bought. So there's few variations of things. So we have sunflowers. They were really nice, and I think when we shoot them with like a longer exposure, they'll create a beautiful yellow movement. Same for these. I think you can spread them out a little bit more, make them look like a little field. These purple ones, pinky ones, they're a bit tall right now. We'll trim them probably just to be like sitting on this sort of height, and I think together they will go. I picked up one bunch of these. I don't know if you can see them. I think they're beautiful as well. Very like springy. And then these big bulbous things. One of which already came off, which was annoying, but it is what it is. And what else? Oh, I picked up these, but they're actually really pale. We already have some somewhere, but they're very short and they were really yellow compared to this. But we have some. We might need to pick up some tulips. I haven't decided yet. And also, there's one particular flower that I just couldn't find anywhere, and I need to Google what it is. It might just end up being a fake one, to be honest. I'll show you later on if I remember. Alright, it's day 2. We're going to build something out of this over here. Just like a little structure. This is Odin, who just needs to touch the parachute, even though I told him multiple times to get off it. But he's got a couple of toes on it. I've got a live view over there, and the plan is, to build something over here. I think this shot's pretty much done. I think I'm trying to overcomplicate it. I started putting things in, then I started taking things out. But this is where we are at right now. And I think it works quite well. I just wasn't sure about the placement of the toy where it goes tum tum tum. But I think it's alright. We've added a little structure on the bottom here, just to give it like, you know, a bit more going on. We could spell another word, maybe like a castle or something, or tower, I don't know. This spells Gookie, sitting next to the wallet, and I think we'll also use this as the next image as well. We'll get a lot closer in. Might even give it like a quirky angle where we can see more of the ladder going up, like we've done with the Burberry stuff for the last shot. The beautiful Diana on top. Again, we want to get close up of this. Showcase a bit of that handle, the texture in the leather itself. I think that's it for that one. Second shot is just a lot simpler. We're focusing a lot closer in. This is what it looks like. We've got this little robot holding the other G, so it's going to be GG. It could be even a cool animation where the robot comes up and puts it down. I might try that in a second actually. We've got a little train creeping in and the bag in the middle. I did also shoot a couple of frames for the gold, but I don't know if it's going to work. But this could be kind of cool actually if the robot comes this way. It'd be sick if the key was turning too. I don't know if I've got the patience for that. While at it, we took some pictures of ourselves before we take the whole set down. We've got me, we've got Odin, and there's a few pictures of Rach. So yeah, I just need to pack this thing down, see if I can get it back in the bag, which I strongly doubt will happen, but let's give it a good go. Alright, set number 3, well, product number 3. We're shooting the blue Versace, finally. Versace. Shooting on our wide macro lens with a single spot and this 2x2 scrim. And we are looking beautiful so far. Let me take this off. Where is it? Right here. We're probably going to focus stack the entire thing. I just can't figure out what I want on the backdrop yet, so that's just the last bit I'm trying to work out now. Alright, we've got focus stack ready. Let's give this a go, see how it looks. Okay, there's quite a lot of pictures here. I want to say it was about 23 in total. And it's slowly coming together. Probably missed something, knowing me. We'll have to do it all over again, but here we go. That's the shot. Lovely. Look at that leather. Wow.